Good evening, children. On 8th September morning session, you watched Nutrition Part 2 in TSAT channel. Congratulations. Once again, I want to give more details about the same topic. Do you need energy? Yes, we need energy. How do we get energy? We will get energy through the food only. How the food will be releases energy? When the food is digested, then only energy will be released. When it is digested, the food will be digested in our digestive system. Along with other systems of our body, this system also most important. Why? Because it is only responsible to do all type of activities in our day-to-day life. Now we will come to understand about our digestive system. Our digestive system is very complex in nature. Different parts are involved and perform different type of activities along with some juices and enzymes. Now we'll try to come to main topic of our digestive system. The alimentary canal, basically long tube-like structure which starts from our mouth cavity to and ends at anus. So approximately in adult human being 9 meters length this alimentary canal from mouth to anus. Totally this part is called as alimentary canal. It is consisting number of parts also. Next, it is approximately 6 meters length in young ones. When they are growing, it is also increased in length. At the time, first of all, it is in 6 meters length. Later, when they are growing, it is also increased in size approximately 9 meters. Now, about food. Food is most important substance which gives us energy. We have to know very well. We will eat different type of varieties of food in our daily life. So, taking the food into mouth, it's called as ingestion. 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 Taking the food into mouth called as ingestion. Later on, the ingested food, what we are taking, that food will be changes into complex form to simpler form by the help of our teeth as well as the salivary glands and tongue also. Three pairs of salivary glands are present in our mouth. One is at the tip of the tongue down portion, and secondly back of our jaws one pair, and the third one is down of the ear inside. So totally three pairs of salivary glands secreting the amylase, also called as ptyalin. Especially it will work on carbohydrates and changes from complex form to simpler form. Next, this type of chewing the food which takes place in our mouth cavity called as mastication. 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 So first one is ingestion, taking the food. Secondly, chewing the food in mouth with the help of these teeth and these muscles and lower jaw. Next, these enzymes also is process called as mastication. And the teeth is approximately classified into four categories: incisors, canine, premolar, and molar. Half jaw, if we calculate about teeth in our jaw, half jaw consisting two incisors, one canine, two premolar, and three molar. So half jaw is having 8 number of teeth. ICPM, incisors, canine, premolar and molar, 2, 1, 2, 3 number. So it is known as dental formula. Dental formula. The food passes from mouth cavity to esophagus. In mouth cavity, the food will be changes from complex to simpler form by the help of teeth as well as salivary glands, etc. At the same time, Lower jaw also helping in movement of food. Then it keeps up and down. That's why the food will be masticated completely in the mouth cavity. Now the soft food passes through the esophagus and by wavy like movements. These type of movements are called as peristalsis. If we want to understand the movement of peristalsis, we will take a piece of cycle tube and potato and we try to insert the potato in cycle tube, but it is not possible to move the potato easily in the cycle tube, very difficult. But here one technique we have to use, that is we will take the coconut oil and apply on potato as well as inside the cycle tube, piece of cycle tube. Now we will try to insert the potato in cycle tube. Now when we pressing from one side, slowly it will move into the cycle tube. Why it is moving inside the cycle tube easily? We applied the coconut oil inside the cycle tube as well as potato also. That's why it is moving very easily. So if we insert second potato also, it taking place like that. So where the potato is present in cycle tube will be expanded and enlarged, bulged portion we may see in, whereas the other region of the cycle tube will be narrower. So like that you may see now wavy like movements we should find out in this esophagus also. This movement is called as peristalsis. Through this small experiment which we have to done in our classroom, we can understand the meaning of peristalsis. Next thing, here what is masticated in our mouth cavity will be known as bolus. It is slimy substance. The food is slimy substance. It moving from mouth cavity to esophagus, then through the pharynx. So pharynx is nothing but junction box. This junction box is useful to move the only food material from mouth cavity to esophagus, not windpipe. And wind which we have to air which we have to take from the nose, and it will be sent into the windpipe only. It is functioning by the help of this epiglottis which is present in the pharynx, above the pharynx. So epiglottis prevents the falling of food material from food pipe to windpipe. It allows to move the food material only into the food pipe. So through the pharynx it is passes to esophagus. Then the esophagus is consisting this peristalsis movement. There is no, we try to understand one point here. There is no digestion process taking place in esophagus. Esophagus is the way which allows the food material from mouth cavity to stomach. So slowly it will be reaching the bolus, soft, slimy food material into the stomach. Then the stomach receives the food material. The stomach is muscular bag-like structure. The stomach is made up of three type of muscles. These three type of muscles churns the food material. It takes place approximately, churning of the food takes place approximately 3 to 5 hours. Three type of muscles working in this process. At the same time, you have seen two type of chemicals also will be released. One is gastric juice and second one is HCl. You may be surprised by hearing this type of matter. Gastric juice is okay, whereas HCl, it is a chemical substance, acid, but it is organic. This HCl which will be secreted walls of stomach may not affect on this stomach walls of stomach. And the stomach protected by a mucus layer. Mucus is a slimy sticky substance which will protect from HCl effect. And HCl main function is killing the microorganism which entered along with our food material. That's why it plays major role in the this digestion process which takes place in the stomach. Next thing is gastric juice. Gastric juice helps to digest or break down the protein substances into simpler form. This is the main activity which takes place in the stomach. First one is muscular activity and second one is chemical activity. Muscular activity is nothing but muscles churns the food, three type of muscle churns the food, whereas chemical action is nothing but gastric juice and HCl. Next thing, food passes slimy substance passes food is soft slimy substance, it is called as chyme. First one which takes place in mouth called as bolus, and when the food is thrown into very simpler form or churned by the stomach, this soft substance of the food is known as chyme. This food material passes into the small intestine. It is about 7 meters length. Small intestine 7 meters length in adult human being. And from the stomach onwards, the food is entered into the stomach, small intestine through an opening. It's called as pyloric sphincter. Pyloric sphincter. It is a ring-like structure which allows in a regular manner. It sends the food at the smaller quantity. So it regulated the passing of the food from stomach to small intestine. Then small intestine, walls of small intestine secretes three type of enzymes. Three type of enzymes. That is nothing but amylase and small intestine receives soft food substance, and here the last digestion portion will be finished. How? Here three type of chemical substance will be joined and changes into useful substance. Why? Because this already which is received by small intestine consisting carbohydrates and the proteins. It is basic in nature, semi-alkaline. Now by adding three type of secretions which receives from different parts of our body will changes into purely alkaline material which is useful to our body. First part is the liver. The liver is secreting one type of secretion, it is called as bile. Bile doesn't have any enzyme, but it will play a major role in our digestion. Generally we will take the food, along with the food we have fat also. The fat is a very hot substance, we may not digest it easily manner, but that fat, hot fat will be changes into smaller units and it is useful for our body. Then only we can use it, our body will use it. So the bile juice, even if there is no enzyme, it changes the fat into small globule like structures. So the process which is called as emulsification changes the fat into smaller units which is useful to our body is called as emulsification. This type of bile juice will be released into the duodenum. Duodenum is the first part of small intestine, second part is called as ileum, and third part called as jejunum. So into the duodenum only these three type of secretions will be secreted. So the last digestion portion should be takes place in the small intestine. Secondly, pancreas. Pancreas secretes three type of secretions, that is pancreatic amylase, pancreatic trypsin and lipase. So pancreatic amylase released into the duodenum only and works on carbohydrates and changes into maltose. Secondly, trypsin, it works on proteins and changes into peptones. And thirdly, lipase. These three secretions will be secreted by the pancreas and the lipids works on purely on fats and changes into fatty acids and glycerol, which are required to our growth of our body as well as to get the energy also. And third secretions, first one is liver secretion, and the second pancreatic secretion, and third one is walls of small intestine. The walls of small intestine release two type of enzymes, that is peptidase, which works on peptides and changes into amino acids. Secondly, sucrase, it is also an enzyme. This sucrase works on sucrose and changes into glucose. So by these three type of activities which takes place in small intestine helps a lot in our daily life to get the energy. Now digested food transported into our body parts through the blood only from the small intestine to the circulatory system. Circulatory system main function is taking away the nutrients or glucose to different parts of the body to do our activities which takes place in our daily life. Internally, intestine walls consisting finger-like projections which are known as villi. Blood vessels and lymph vessels are present in the form of villi to do the work. That work is called as absorption. The digested portion of the food will be absorbed through the villi and joins to the circulatory system and circulated to whole body. Then we are able to do all type of activities which are taking place in our daily life. The digested food absorbed with this villus or villi, this is very useful to our body. And undigested food such as carbohydrate and protein, dead bacteria and roughages etc. will be expelled outside. It is called as a defecation. Defecation. So this is the process of digestion. First of all, ingestion. Second one is mastication. Third one is digestion. Fourth one is absorption, and fifth one is defecation. So these type of five steps are involved in our digestion process. Next one is if we see the flow chart of this digestion process, food will be entered as in the form of ingestion, then from mouth to buccal cavity. Buccal cavity means the inner part of our mouth. Next, pharynx, behind the throat region. Next, it goes to the esophagus. Esophagus to pyloric stomach and cardiac stomach. This stomach will be divided into parts. First one is pyloric stomach, and which is second one is cardiac stomach. Next one is small intestine, then large intestine, then it goes to large intestine and goes to anus. So like this, if you see this, this is called as flow chart, how the food will be moving from our mouth to anus. This totally is called as a digestion process. Sometimes we may not take sufficient amount of diet and we may not take the food at a proper time. So due to these two type of reasons, our health will be there. If we take good food or balanced diet at proper time, there is no problem. Whereas if you do not take the sufficient amount of food, required amount of food, or also called a balanced diet, and now if you do not take in a proper time, there are some consequences that are taking place. So that this type of food and food habits may decide our health. So if we want to avoid these problems which takes place in our daily life, we will follow some type of steps. First one is take the balanced diet. Secondly, eating leisurely manner, not hurry burry. Third one is thorough mastication process. Simply, we shouldn't swallow the food within half minute or quarter minute. Thorough mastication is also important. And avoid taking vigorous exercise after taking the food. And taking the plenty of water and to require time. So these type of steps we have to take, and will prevent the problems due to the our food habits. So who are following this type of habits, they may have good health. Those who do not take this type of steps, they may not have good health, and they may considered as sick people. Thank you very much, my dear children. Up to now, we have watched this session also, nutrition part 2. If you have any doubt regarding this matter or topic, please call me and can get clarity about this any matter. Next, sometimes I give the additional information which is not available in our textbook. That's why I request you take the rough notebook and mention some important points. Thank you very much. All the best.